What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of In the Huddle.
And thank you guys for watching.
I'm Derek, and this is Jaden, as always.
Okay, guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different. Me and Derek both made a list together. It's the top 10 players that did not make the NFL Network's top 100. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
So you may ask why we're doing this list. And that's because the top 100 is ranked by the players. They make that very clear. So it's not necessarily experts ranking the players, and I'm not saying that we're experts, but sometimes there is some players that get kind of, skipped because, it's just the players ranking them.
Yeah. Number 10 player on our list is Joe Hayden on the Cleveland Browns.
Joe Hayden, great cornerback, probably got skipped a little bit this year.
A little bit. I believe he was on it last year. I'm almost positive he was on it last year. I'm not sure where he was.
Yeah, I'm not for sure, but I believe he was.
He only had 3 interceptions this year, which is kind of low for... Isn't it low for him?
It's a little bit low for a cornerback in general, but they do play zone coverage.
Joe Hayden's a good player, though.
Joe Hayden is a good player. Cleveland plays a zone defense, which, isn't necessarily designed to get interceptions. So, you could argue for that.
Another good thing about Joe Hayden is he is a pretty good tackler. He had 51 tackles.
And a forced fumble to go along with that.
That's good for a cornerback.
So number 9 on our list is my main man, Andy Dalton. I'm a huge Andy Dalton fan for Cincinnati.
I'm not. I'm a Steelers fan. We're in the same division. We play him twice a year.
Andy Dalton and A.J. Green.
Him and A.J. Green are unstoppable.
Fit. They really are. They're probably going to be one of the best quarterback, wide receiver tandem that we're going to see in this generation by far. Andy Dalton had 3,500 plus yards this season. Pretty good for a second-year pro. It's no 5,000-yard seasons like we're seeing, but still a very solid year.
He also had 27 touchdowns and 16 interceptions, which resulted in an 87.4 quarterback rating.
Pretty good for a second-year pro.
Not bad.
Andy Dalton also had 4 rushing touchdowns. He's not the speediest guy, so that's pretty impressive for Andy.
The number 8 player on our list is Marcel Darius, defensive tackle for the Buffalo Bills. He had a great season last year. He sacked the quarterback 5 times and had 39 tackles.
Pretty good for a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius, probably the best defensive tackle tandem in the NFL right now.
There's another guy named Mario Williams who's okay, I guess.
They fit each other perfectly inside, and that definitely helps out Marcel Darius' production. Marcel Darius, great run stopper, and he had 5 sacks, which means that he can really get to the quarterback. So Marcel,
he's very powerful.
Definitely.
Very powerful.
Number 7 on our list, Elvis Dumervil for the Denver Broncos. Dumervil racked up 11 sacks and 6 forced fumbles this season.
Yes.
Great year by Elvis Dumervil.
He had 54 tackles to go along with those.
Pretty good for an end.
Yeah.
The only thing about Dumervil is that he is oppositing Von Miller. Now, I kind of put some of his success on the fact that Von Miller's on the other side. If you would choose to block one, who would you block? Von Miller or Elvis Dumervil?
During this offseason, Elvis Dumervil moved to the Baltimore Ravens.
Pretty good fit for Dumervil. So he will be oppositing Terrell Suggs, which is a little bit lower than Von Miller, but
he's still a great pass rusher.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Great outside linebacker.
He fits the Baltimore Ravens so good.
The only thing about Dumervil moving to the Ravens is that Dumervil's a lot smaller than most linebackers that the Baltimore Ravens like to have.
So look what he's done with his size, though. He's done great thus far in his career.
Definitely. I am very impressed that Elvis Dumervil can get to the quarterback as well as he can for as short as he is.
Yeah. Number 6 player on our list is another defensive tackle from the Buffalo Bills. His name is Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams, great defensive tackle. Like
him and Marcel Darius.
Marcel Darius and Kyle Williams, probably the best defensive tackle of our area. Williams put together 5 sacks and 46 tackles this season.
They had very similar seasons.
Marcel Darius and Kyle Williams had very similar seasons.
Both had 5 sacks. Kyle Williams had more tackles.
The only difference was 7 more tackles.
Yeah.
The only thing that I was a little bit surprised to see of how big they both are and how powerful None of them had a forced fumble this year. That's kind of surprising to me. So we'll see what they can do this season. The number 5 player on our list is Marquise Pouncey, the center for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
One of the best centers in the league at this point in time, in my eyes.
Definitely. I think most people can tell you that. One thing that's really impressed me about Pouncey is that he has chilled out a little bit since he came into the league, which definitely has helped him.
Yeah.
In his road to success, because
his rookie year, he was constantly getting in it with different players.
You need to be aggressive, but there's a certain extent. You can't be fighting all the time with opposing players and your own teammates and expect to be successful in this league. So Marquise,
he has worked on that a lot, though.
Congratulations.
He's grown up. Another thing that I like about Marquise Pouncey is that he is a great run blocker.
Great run blocker.
Last season, the Steelers didn't really have a starting running back. It was split between 2 power backs, Isaac Redmond and Jonathan Dwyer. Neither of them are fast. They run up the middle all the time. Now, I think the reason that they were kind of successful last year is because of Marquise Pouncey's run blocking.
Holding down that middle is definitely one of Marquise Pouncey's strong points.
Oh, yeah.
And his ability to point out, like, surprise blitzes, anything like that. He does it all from the center position.
Okay, the number 4 player on our list is Lawrence Timmons on the Pittsburgh Steelers, inside linebacker.
How is he not on the top 100? I don't.
In my eyes, he's the best linebacker on that football team.
Probably. The guy had 106 tackles, which led the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he also had 2 forced fumbles.
He was also tied for the most sacks on the team with 6. He led the team in interceptions with 3.
That's a great year by a middle linebacker. What more can you want out of a middle linebacker? Number 3 player on our list, quarterback Matt Schaub for the Houston Texans. The guy had 4,008 passing yards and a 90.7 passer rating.
He had 22 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. How is that not a top 100 year?
I mean, okay, granted, he only had 22 touchdowns. Okay, I understand. That's a little low for what you want out of a pro quarterback nowadays. The guy had a 90.7 passer rating and over 4,000 yards. Are you kidding me? And when your running back has 15 touchdowns, I mean, you don't need to pass for a ton of touchdowns. Great year by Matt Schaub. Man, you got gypped. You had a great year.
Number 2 player on our list is Nick Mangold, center for the Jets. Best center, hands down, of our era.
I mean, the guy's ridiculous. He's really smart on the line. He knows how to pick up blitzes.
Very aware.
Yeah, very, very aware. The guy can run block, pass block. I mean, come on. How did he not make the top 100? He's the best center.
Like, honestly, if you were building a team, how could you pick 100 players before Nick Mangold, the best center in the game right now?
Okay, Max Unger. Great center. Deserved to be on the top 100.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take Matt Unger over Nick Mangold. I would not take Max Unger over Nick Mangold any day of the week. Any day of the week. Nick, you got gypped too. Number 1 on our list, Jimmy Graham.
On the New Orleans Saints.
The guy
Great tight end.
The guy had 85 receptions, 59 of those were for first downs.
He had 982 yards and 4 touchdowns. Great year for a tight end.
That is a great year. I'm not that big of a fan of Jimmy Graham, but come on, the guy had an outstanding year. He almost had 1,000 yards receiving as a tight end, 85 receptions. I mean, 59 first downs as a tight end. Come on, are you kidding me? How can you pass Jimmy Graham?
Another thing about Jimmy Graham is he is a very underrated run blocker. If you look at the film, you can see that he can handle himself there. He's a great blocker.
He can take players out of the play. He might take himself out of the play, but he takes a player out of the play with him. So thank you for watching our top 10 players not to make the NFL Network's top 100 list. Please comment, like, and subscribe.
Like always, if you guys have an idea for us that you think we would use, just leave a comment or message us either way. And if we use your idea, we will mention you in our video. We promise.
Definitely. So guys, thank you so much for your support and find us on Facebook.